Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Parker Pre-K. Good morning, Pre-K 3s. Good morning, Pre-K 4s. I brought you a book today about growing, about springtime, and about feeling good. Let's see what this book is bringing us today. The title of this book is Gaston, and the cover already is reminding me of spring. Look at the beautiful yellow armchair and the flowers. And I know that many of you have read this book with me and we liked it very, very much. So the title is Gaston. Look at this beautiful flowery page already with sunshine yellow and pink and green. Something is happening in this page. Looks like it's a doctor. Mrs. Poodle admired her new puppies, Fifi, Fufu, Oulala, and Gaston. Would you like to see them again? Fifi, Fufu, Oulala, and Gaston. Perfectly precious, aren't they? Mrs. Poodle thought so too. The puppies grew as puppies do. Three were no bigger than teacups. The fourth, however, continued to grow and grow until he was the size of a teapot. Mrs. Poodle took pride in teaching her puppies how to be proper poodles. They were taught to sip, never slobber. Good. Well done. Very nice. Nice try. And they were taught to yip, never yap. Yip, yip, yip. Ruff. And they were taught to walk with grace, never race. Tip-toe, tippy-toe. Whoa! The puppies were also taught how to look pretty in pink and nibble their kibble and ride in style. Whatever the lesson, Gaston always worked the hardest, practiced the longest, and smiled the biggest. Mrs. Poodle was very pleased with all her puppies, Fifi, Fufu, Oulala, and Gaston. Spring arrived, and the proud mother was eager to show off her darlings. She took them to the park for their very first stroll in the public. There was much to see: daffodils, ducklings, and dogs. Oh dear, who do we have here? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. Would you like to see them again? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. This was more than a little awkward. The mothers sized up the pups. The pups sized up one another. It seems there's been a terrible mistake, Mrs. Bulldog said, breaking the silence. We, Mrs. Poodle agreed sadly. Whatever shall we do? Mrs. Bulldog could not come up with an answer. I guess we'll let them decide, she replied at last. Gaston and Antoinette were young, but even they could see that there had been a mix-up. The two puppies began to circle around and around and around the group. And Gaston walked with grace. Antoinette raced. Gaston yipped. Antoinette yapped. And when they came to a stop, the puppies had traded places. There, that looked right. It just didn't feel right. That evening, Antoinette tried to fit in with her new sisters, but she did not like anything proper or precious or pink. Phew! On the other side of town, Gaston tried to fit in with his new brothers, but he did not like anything brutish or brawny or brown. Antoinette and Gaston were not the only ones who were having a hard time adjusting. The next morning, Mrs. Poodle forgot all about being proper and raced back to the park. Mrs. Bulldog was already there, waiting with her burly brood. "It seems we have made a terrible mistake," she nearly shouted. We, Mrs. Poodle agreed happily. With this time, Gaston and Antoinette wasted no time trading places. There, that looked right, and it felt right too. From that day forward, the families met in the park every afternoon to play. Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette taught the poodle puppies a thing or two about being tough. Likewise, Fifi, Fufu, Oulala, and Gaston taught the bulldog puppies a thing or two about being tender. And many years later, when Gaston and Antoinette fell in love and had puppies of their own, they taught them to be whatever they wanted to be.